What's good, y'all? It's your boy JHL who's back with another video, and trade deadline has been going crazy. For the past 2 days. First with the Luka Doncic trade with AD, and now we have the Spurs trade with De'Aaron Fox, Zach Lavine, and I guess Zach Collins for the Bulls. If you're excited as a Bulls fan, so yeah, I'm gonna start off with the Spurs trade, the Spurs Kings and Bulls deal that just happened, and I'll go back into the uh Luka, Mavericks, Lakers stuff just because I want to get my full now that it's been 24 hours I can get my full thoughts. But it's been going crazy in the NBA. All these trades and things like that. So it's been pretty entertaining if you just want to see a mess around the league, just trades all around and things like that. So yeah, I'll start off by just saying what was in the trade. So it was De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin going to the Spurs, Zach Lavine, City Sissoko, and three first round picks and two second round picks. And then the Bulls get Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Herter, and their own 2025 pick via the Spurs. So they get their pick back. Um, but yeah, I mean, in terms of who came out on top, I mean, I would go Spurs, Bull, or not Bulls, Spurs, Kings, Bulls. The Bulls are easily the loser. They got one pick out of Zach Lavine. Um, Zach Collins is probably gonna get bought out or waived, or I don't know, because he's not a valuable asset, or like in terms of he's not his game's not gonna grow that much. He's a seasoned veteran now, so um, you get what you can from him. Trey Jones, also, I mean, he's nice, but long term speaking, the Bulls will probably trade him away. Kevin Herter, same thing. At least they get their pick back, but really, the Bulls lost in every metric, and I think the fact that Zach Lavine or the Bulls were planning on trading all their big guys, just made it so they lose all their momentum in terms of making deals with other teams and things like that because they know that they need to trade Zach Lavine or they need to get rid of him and need to get something, but they know that they can lowball just because they need to get rid of Zach Lavine. So I think it's just a matter of situation, but it's good that the Bulls are now trying to go back to zero. Now they have to get rid of Vucevic and who knows, maybe Kobe White. I doubt it, but and Lonzo Ball and things like that. But we'll see about that. The Kings. I saw some people not being happy with the what they got back for De'Aaron Fox. But again, I think it's a little similar to the Bulls situation, but I think they got a lot more out of the trade. Now it's really two first round picks because it's the Charlotte's first round pick and it's a protected pick. So really, it's two first round picks. So not much with that. I guess the three second round picks is cool. But yeah, like uh, obviously they get Zach Lavine. So I saw some people concerned about the perimeter around the Kings with now De'Aaron Fox gone, and now they have to bring Zach Lavine, and the starting line is probably going to be Malik Monk, Zach Lavine, and DeMar DeRozan, who are yeah, and then Sabonis, and I guess Keegan Murray. So the defense is going to be iffy, especially on the perimeter, even on the interior. But hopefully they'll be able to figure out just with the star power. I do think Zach Lavine could somewhat fill in the gap with De'Aaron Fox is gone with his scoring, but I think Malik Monk has to step up and take the role that um, De'Aaron Fox had initially to, or in terms of point guard wise, he needs to take the role into ball handling more and things like that. So yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy to think about how like Malik Monk he took less money. DeMar DeRozan went to join the Kings because of De'Aaron Fox and things like that. So much was surrounding Fox, and then De'Aaron Fox said, "You know what? I'm done with this team." He's been with this team since 2017, or I want to say 2017, maybe 18. Um, but yeah, it's been a good ride for the De'Aaron Fox. They got them out the playoffs slump, but they only been to the playoffs one time, and he's getting into the second half of his career, and he wants to get moving. He wants to try win championships. Now, on the Spurs, I don't think he's gonna win a championship right off the bat, but you'll see they'll propel more in the playoffs and things like that. But yeah, speaking of the Spurs, they traded what like I think Trey Jones, uh, the pick that the Bulls had. I don't know which of the picks were theirs. I guess the 2027 pick was theirs, and um, yeah, honestly, the Spurs basically got exactly what they wanted. Now they'll put Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox on the court together, so they'll be able to facilitate more and score more, which would be really nice. It is kind of a small lineup if you exclude Victor, like 1 through 4. It's kind of a small lineup. You'd have Stephon Castle and you'd have Devin Vassell, but we'll see. I mean, I'm excited for the Spurs. Spurs are one of the most exciting teams to watch, even though they're not the greatest. But they'll be doing good. So in terms of just off initial thoughts, honestly, if this trade came before the Luka Doncic trade, I'd probably be more excited. But it's just I'm still off the high of the Luka Doncic trade, and yes, I'm gonna call it the Luka Doncic trade because no one cares about the Mavericks, and I'm gonna get to that. But I would grade the Spurs uh probably an A plus. Honestly, like this was so little to get such a. I was considering De'Aaron Fox as an all star. Um, Kings, I would probably go like a B. Assuming that like it's good in terms of they still want to contend, but or try to contend or get a playoff spot or something, but it's gonna get tough since DeMar's kind of old. Sabonis is getting old, and Zach Levine he's still in like at the peak of his prime. So we'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, a B for the Kings, and then the Bulls I'd give like honestly like a D minus or a D. Yeah. But really, I just wanted to go quickly through that just because that's what just happened. I think it happened like 2 hours ago from when I'm recording this, maybe three. But yeah, now let's move on to the Dallas Mavericks and Lakers fiasco that happened last night. Um, so basically, what happened? I just gave my initial thoughts, but I'm gonna give some clearer thoughts now that the high of the initial trade is gone. And I'll start with the Mavericks. With honestly, this was an F trade for them. This was a complete waste. Dallas's general manager, that was a complete throwaway because he talked about Nico. He talked about I forgot his last name. He talked about how 80 would help for the 3 to 4 year window, while Luka would help for the 10 year window. But two things. One, if you're trying to win now, like weren't you already winning now? You just went to the finals. I don't get why you would need to get rid of your star guy to get AD. Like you basically, and to get to my second point, you basically took a worse player to contend now. That doesn't make sense. Sure, he's better on defense, but honestly, he must. I genuinely think he's like an undercover cop on the Mavericks, playing, playing with, trying to be a Laker general manager or infiltrator or whatever, spy, whatever. I don't really care because this has been frustrating me for some time. Like you saw the people protesting outside the game. The Mavericks led 91 points in the first half. Now, I did, apparently it wasn't the record. The record's 107 points. I don't know how that's possible, but man, for Dallas Mavericks fans, I don't know what I would do. Like I would be heartbroken. That's my star player. That's Luka Doncic. That's you people argue that he's the best player in the world, and you just trade him away for 80, who's like a top 15 player, and he's been playing fine this year. He's been playing good. He's been playing like an all star. He is an all star actually, but I don't know. It's man, as a Mavericks fan, this is horrible. This is a terrible trade. I'm sorry. There's no pieces that to me could make them so much unless they get another star player like Jimmy Butler or something like that. But honestly, I don't really know. what's the plan moving forward, because like this trade is unbelievable. This is one of a kind. Let's just say that. Um, and man, I don't know what else to say. It broke me. This trade broke me in terms of the Mavericks side. Now in terms of Lakers side, Rob Pelinka, what a genius. I don't know. I mean, honestly, Dallas went up to them. I don't know if you guys saw the reports. The Dallas went to Rob Pelinka to talk to him about trading Luka, and there's so many quotes about, oh, you were joking. No, this was the complete truth. He was being dead serious. But this is some of the dumbest general manager work ever. You can't even do this trade on 2K. I've seen people try it. It doesn't work. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, but yeah, I don't know. For the Lakers, you got a stud, and I've heard they're going heavy to shop for centers. Um, so I saw guys like Nick Claxton could possibly be a guy. I saw Robert Williams. You know, I was thinking this is a little high price, but a Bam Adebayo, since I assume the Heat are gonna try to rebuild, but then again, the Heat are trying to keep this Heat culture and whatnot, and they have Tyler Hero as an all-star, even though Bam hasn't been playing that well. But yeah, anyways, um, the Lakers got back Luka Doncic, and man, this was so easy. Now, obviously, there was other guys involved, like Maxi Kleba and Markieff Morris. Now, I don't think they're gonna do much, but or Maxi Kleba would help as a backup. I don't think he should start. I mean, he should start for the time being, but I think they should pursue a center uh, before Thursday. Uh, so yeah, and then there's and then the Jazz, they got basically, look, the Jazz got an A minus A. I don't really care. They basically traded like almost nothing to get Hood Schifino and 2 second round picks. Who could complain? And even that thing is, there was another trade before the Luka Doncic trade, like another like 12 hours before. I completely forgot, but it was like PJ Tucker, Mo Bamba for and a 2nd round pick for Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills. And then, to be honest, I'm the type of person, I want all the trades to happen all at once, but after seeing these big trades, it's like it's kind of nice to see, all of it be separated, let it be easier to digest and think. When I was trying to do my initial video idea, which was to see who are the biggest trade targets and who would fit them best, I couldn't really conjure anything up for the Mavericks because it's like they I don't know what they need. Like, they have pretty good depth on the bench. They have a good center in AD, or I guess four. Well, because Derek Lively's probably gonna start. Klay Thompson's gonna be at the 2, PJ Washington at the 3, Kyrie at the 1. But then again, like, man, it's like, sure, it's a contender, but at the same time, it's like, why did you have to get rid of Luka? If anything, you get rid of Kyrie. Like, this doesn't make sense, honestly. Um, but yeah, I'm just rambling on. Honestly, next week when trade deadline's over, I'll try to grade every single trade or every single team and how they did at the deadline, things like that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on next week.